Yeah, Facts Cap Podcast, episode 98. We back, baby.
Episode motherfucking 98.
Yeah, we realized we was fucking up the numbers. We in 98, you know what I'm saying? So don't hit me up talking about it's 97, it's 98. You know what I mean?
Nigga, judge your mama.
Yeah, we don't really be counting like that. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck trying to count that much? So
apparently niggas don't count.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
So let's talk about it. R.I.P. to Scoop, man. R.I.P. to Trouble, man. Yeah, this one. You know, we try to get the sadness out first, you know, then we celebrate, you know. We gonna celebrate Trouble too, but you know, we just gotta, you know, reflect on what happened. So rest in peace to Trouble, man. This is one I really didn't fuck with. Like, I fuck with Trouble heavy.
I didn't want to believe that shit. I'm like, bro, these niggas lying. I need something official to come out. Like, this one here.
Like, I really fuck with Trouble. Like, a lot of people, I don't know, people didn't really know that about him, but I really fuck with Trouble. I listen to his shit all the time, like, especially when I work out. Like,
shit, I had just had an argument with somebody that was talking about your favorite rappers out of Atlanta, and I'm like, yo, top 10, and Trouble was in my top 10.
Yeah, Trouble one of them. I fucks with Trouble, man. So, you know, just a short review of what happened allegedly. Trouble hanging out with a chick. Her name on Instagram. Yeah, a little snack. Her name is Rissa Royce, or I'm Rissa Royce or something on so we just gonna call her Rissa. So she was on, you know, they was hanging out like they was at the bar having drinks or whatever. Allegedly, he hopped in his car, his vehicle, and he followed her to her house. And that was in Rockdale County in Conyers, Georgia. For those who might not know where that's at, so that's about 30 to 40 miles east of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Going down 20. And Trouble went in there. I'm assuming some sexual activity happened. He went to sleep. Now this girl, Rissa, had a boyfriend or a ex-boyfriend. We still trying to figure that out. His name was Jamichael Jones. Jamichael Jones is an ex-rapper that used to hang, that was part of Dirt Gang. And Atlanta Dirt Gang is heavy affiliated with Brick Squad and Waka, Derez Deshaun, Slim Duncan. So he's a part of that whole era right there. And he was dating this girl for 3 years. Now, allegedly, the week before they got into it, she claims that he didn't pay bills. He didn't have a job. He was using her car, shit like that. You know, typical baby boy shit. And allegedly when she confronted him, they got into it. They was on the south side. He punched her in the face. She called the police. He left. So she didn't wait for the police. She kept it moving. So next, when she's up there with Trouble, this is a week later, she's in that same apartment that they shared. I'm not sure if she changed the locks. There's rumors that she changed the locks. Apparently on the police report, it says that there was forced entry. Allegedly, he forced himself in there, punched her in the face while she was asleep. Trouble gets up just like any man would. You know, you defend the girl because of the situation, just how you put it in there. And then allegedly they got the hooking, and dude pulled out a gun and shot Trouble in the chest, where Trouble died at the scene. So first, give me y'all thoughts about this situation right here. Like, are y'all skeptical about this? You know, like what do we think about that? Then we're going to talk about the mistakes that were made. But first, let's talk about like just what do we think about the situation?
This situation is probably one of the most accurate. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even think this shit sound logical. Like, this shit probably happened exactly the way it said. Like, you can see how this shit could happen. Maybe the nigga had a spare key. Maybe she didn't change the locks and he really did force in. You know how niggas get when the relationship over, nigga. I mean, not trying to be funny, but when the relationship ain't over till the nigga say it's over. The woman can say it's over all day, but nigga, until I'm done, it ain't over with. That's just how it really, when it boiled down to, especially with some hood shit. I ain't talking about a regular shit, not me per se, but like in a hood relationship, until the nigga say the shit over with, it ain't over with. Mm-hmm. So this nigga still feeling away. Somebody probably seen the nigga out, seen her out with Trouble, gave that nigga the heads up. At this time, nigga probably gone off the Henny, mad, saw that shit, and the rest is history. Like, it happened the way it happened. But I think this shit really did go down. Like, that story right there, if they say that shit's 100% true, I damn sure believe it.
I agree with Brandon. That sounds so plausible. Like it just sounds like that's probably what happened.
All this happened in a span of 7 minutes too.
So
that's all it takes.
It's unfortunate. R.I.P. to Trouble. Wasn't like the biggest fan of his music, but I know his influence in Atlanta and how respected he is. So it's sad. It's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. Some people can't take an ass whooping.
And the bad part is, bro, I got a feeling this nigga gonna try to. If he pay enough for the lawyer and spend this shit right, he gonna try to get self-defense.
All right. So my take on it, I think that's definitely the biggest possibility. Now, I feel like people are debating things that don't really matter. Like, people are saying, like, I get it too, because my whole thing is, the only thing I would question is I think he could probably maybe beat that invasion part.
Yeah.
He could probably beat that because
you got 30 days to get kicked out.
My whole thing is unless there's signs of forced entry, and maybe there is because the police put that on the report. My thing is, how do you break into a house, an apartment? So really, it's probably other than you going through a window, and they said it was forced entry at the door. How do you break through a door and niggas is asleep? Like, she talking about she was asleep and she got punched out of her sleep.
Like, I mean, unless they had a top lock on and the only thing was on was
I'm thinking like maybe he unlocked the door and the top lock was on, like the lock that you can't, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he knocked that bitch through. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But that's neither here nor there. That shit don't really matter. Like, I get it because you can debate, like, 30 days. In Georgia, you have to give me 30 days to leave a spot.
So technically, he was at home.
And if his name was on the lease, then that's a whole nother story. Yeah. But either way, I've seen people say, like you just said, self-defense. He's not going to beat that. Because you were the aggressor of the situation.
I get that.
If you punch the girl in the face, then Trouble's defending her. Trouble's defending her in this situation.
Florida, you can beat that. That's stand your ground law.
It's stand your ground in Georgia too.
That we have stand your ground too. But that's not standing your ground.
Why not?
Standing your ground, you have to be in immediate danger.
It's his story versus her story.
Yeah, but the thing is, so this is what they're going to do. The week before, he punched her in the face and she called the police. They're going to destroy his character.
And I'm hoping
they're going to destroy his character. I don't think that he's getting. I don't think that nothing warranted him to pull out a gun and shoot anybody.
I'm sure his story gonna be like, that man was threatening my life. We got in the tussle. He over-aggressed me. He beat me up, beat me down. I fear for my life. I put my gun out.
Yeah. The only way that can work for him is if the girl don't, she change up her story, switch up the story.
I'm hoping
whatever it may be. I'm not saying that because that very well could have happened. That very well could have happened. I just personally don't see him beating that. Now I can see him getting something like manslaughter.
And God forbid Trouble had a gun on him.
See, that's the thing. They saying he didn't.
I'm just saying, like, if it comes out that he actually did.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If he had a gun on him, then that's a wrap.
Have a whole nother.
If he had a gun on him, then that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely could beat that. But if he home invaded, if it's proof that he home invaded, then all bets is off. You know what I mean? Because Trouble's allowed to have a gun on him. Well, he's a felon. I don't know, if he got that erased off, so I can't speak on that. But if he home invaded, then all bets is off on that situation. So I think that's where that's going to be that's one of the most important parts of the case. So the next question I have is, we all know Jermichael Jones. He was wilding. You know what I'm saying? We all know, I think we all can agree that Trouble, he probably wasn't moving right, to be at least a local celebrity in Atlanta, a rapper in Atlanta that's well respected. People know his face. They know that. We all know how Trouble moved. If you grew up in that era, like if you grew up in the club era when Trouble started popping, Trouble always known for just moving how he moved, like however he moved. The real question that I seen on Twitter, like people are going crazy about, it came out that basically, like I said, the girl got punched last week, Marissa. And so we're under the impression that Trouble, she wasn't transparent with Trouble. So let's just say that this is the scenario. She wasn't transparent. They just hooked up. We went over there and fucked. She noticed she got a crazy ex-boyfriend. This nigga probably ain't even came and got the clothes out the house. Like, he ain't even officially all the way moved out type shit, right? And then people were saying like, hey, like niggas were saying you shouldn't have no nigga over your apartment knowing that you got a crazy ex-stalker boyfriend or like and you just broke up with him last week. And the women were saying that's crazy. That's not a part of the focus. She's not responsible for Trouble's death. Jamichael Jones is. So what do we think the role is that the girl played? Do we think that the girl played a role in this? Should she be held accountable in this situation?
What's the pretense we're going with? That she
basically knew that, you know, obviously, like she got assaulted a week before.
So she
broke up with him allegedly.
So she broke up with a week. It's been a week.
It's been a week.
But he still got like access to that.
Allegedly, they think like they saying that he's crazy. Like he already assaulted her.
Outside of that point, but more so the access to the house. Like I think that matters too. But
well, we don't know. But that's the thing. We don't know the access to the house. So I mean, we're under the pretense that he's basically crazy. Nigga crazy. You knew crazy.
If you got a crazy ex, I don't think necessarily it's your responsibility to tell somebody you hooking up with. I think that I would say more so that if you're trying to get in a relationship with, I think then I would be like, it's responsible. If you just, it's like one night stand.
Question.
Nah.
So you don't think that necessarily, maybe you know how to tell him, but do you think that she moved wrong by bringing him to her apartment that they share?
And now what I'm saying is just because I got, like, let's say the crazy ex never been, for argument's sake, let's say the crazy ex never been to the house before.
They lived together for 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to get there. I'm saying, for argument's sake, if he did it, it wouldn't be the same thing. Knowing that they lived together for 3 years, my thing is just how did he have clothes there? How frequent was he there? If he hasn't been there for a minute, then nah. It would depend to me on the access he has to the house.
They said it's been a week. He hadn't been there in a week.
I just feel like you gotta think with some women, they underestimate what an ex might do. Like she may think like this nigga was crazy, he put his hand on him, but this nigga ain't gonna pop back up. Like that's it. Like she may have really thought like, all right, this shit's over with.
Yeah.
Now, R.I.P. to Dad, I feel like Trouble moved a little sloppy by going to a bitch house.
Facts. Not
knowing the situation. And you're not gonna always know the situation, but that caliber of nigga, I feel like if you gotta move smart, you're gonna necessarily probably think you want to go to a room. Like, don't bring her back to your crib, but also you damn sure don't go to her crib because you don't never know what these women got going on.
So let me ask you then, what is, if you made a girl, you should never go to her house?
No,
I honestly feel like you shouldn't. I'm not saying that I.
No. I'm not saying. I'm asking the wise thing.
The wise thing is to
get a room.
If you meet a girl, let's say that you met her and it's just y'all. It's the first night. Like on some one night stand shit.
That's definitely
that's out. You
even if you ask her if she got anything, she's like, no,
that's out.
It's still, but see, then again, we don't even know how long they've been talking. So they might have a rapport.
That's why I said we're assuming.
Yeah, so we under the assumption.
It's too many ifs in this scenario.
Yeah. We kind of like outside of the trouble situation.
Take trouble.
Yeah, we're talking about what accountability the girl has to tell a nigga that she dealing with if something happens.
Yeah.
For real crazy acts. I think if she knows the nigga be in and out that house, yes. But if he hasn't been there, I give him final warning. It may be a little not the smartest thing, but I wouldn't put it on her.
I think
not her in that situation. I wouldn't say she moved bad.
I just feel like
that's
9 times out of 10.
You don't expect that to happen, like you said.
Right. I feel like this. I feel like everybody at fault. Of course, we already know what role Jamichael Jones played, right?
Simp.
We already know. Now, mind you, I will say I feel like she partly responsible for Jamichael Jones as well. Because to me, it sounded like she didn't tie up no loose ends. Like the nigga punched her and she ain't seen him since. But like, did you? Like allegedly, now this is another part.
There's too many unknowns.
Allegedly, they saying that they spoke that day about getting back together.
See that's
now I don't know how true that is, and I'm just saying. Well, I want to bring that into the scenario. I'm just.
But even in the scenario, is this too many unknowns? I need to know where they stand.
So let me say this though. If we just going off what we already been talking about, I feel like maybe she don't have to tell Trouble that, hey, I got a crazy ex, he's abusive and shit like that, just for your own personal reason. But you should never take that nigga to the house a week later. I'm sorry. I don't think that that's a smart decision.
What?
I think that especially, my whole thing is, Trouble got a nice little grip of money. That nigga can afford to go to a hotel. Y'all can afford to go somewhere else.
But the even worse part to me is like, it's Trouble.
Yeah,
if you gonna do that shit, I feel like, okay, take Trouble out of it. Say I meet a girl, right? I met her at the bar. We go back to her crib. What I'm not gonna do is fall asleep.
Yeah.
You gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was about to get to. I was about to say, Trouble's equally at fault.
They had to have some type of rapport.
They had to.
You know what I think? Fact. The reason I think that he went over her house, and we're going to get to this in a second. Allegedly, Trouble had a girlfriend. So he was sneaking with this bitch. Now, I don't understand why he didn't go to a hotel.
Receipts.
Maybe that. I don't know. Maybe he was doing, sneaking like that.
You said for her is
But he probably couldn't go back to his house.
A week.
Yeah.
How long would it have been? A year? A month?
I just feel like
before
she
didn't.
Like, okay,
that's enough time.
It's not necessarily the time. To me, it just sounded like she didn't tie up her loose ends. It sounded like she didn't really like they didn't discuss a breakup. He didn't come and get his shit. I would never put it like this. If I break up with a girl, and I want hoes to start coming over the spot that we shared, and it's agreed that this girl is not gonna be at the spot, I'm gonna at least wait till she come and get all her shit.
So it's confirmed that he had shit in the house?
The nigga still had his fucking key to get through the gate. So I'm assuming that the nigga had some shit over there.
Like, it's just a little,
She said she hadn't seen him since the smack, so I'm assuming if they lived together, his shit was still over there. It just don't make sense. She hadn't seen him.
To me,
she said she hadn't seen him or heard from him.
But see, it sounds like a sneaky link situation.
They were sneaking, clearly,
and this ain't their first time, and that's why. Because I don't see.
I can't really say if it's their first time.
It just don't seem like a nigga gonna.
He was definitely a little too comfortable.
He was very comfortable to go to sleep.
But you know what? The nigga might have, like I said, the nigga was out there drinking. They was at the bar doing all that.
But still,
once you go over there,
I don't know the nigga.
What I'm saying is, I'm just saying, we don't know. I don't know what status of sobriety Trouble was in. Trouble has already put that out there on Twitter before. They was pulling up old tweets where he said, rule number 1, don't ever spend the night at a bitch house.
That's why I felt like he was comfortable.
So I don't know. What I'm saying is, it could be that he was comfortable. That's a possibility, but it could be that the nigga was really fucked up and he fell asleep after he fucked.
So I'll say this. Like, not speaking specifically in that situation, but in any situation, for the girl, if you've been dealing with a nigga and he got stuff there, like in the house, and he still got like access to the house in some type of way, and it's been a week since y'all broke up and you ain't seen him
in a 3-year relationship.
Yeah, I think that's irresponsible for you to bring a nigga in the house and think nothing gonna happen if he pop up.
Man, keep it a buck. These girls doing that shit while they still together with niggas. If yes, fact. But if he didn't really have access to the house, no clothes there, nothing like that, and y'all was on bad terms and you broke up, it's been a week and it's your crib, no, she don't have to. That's all on him. No,
that's definitely
that's all.
So he definitely. I'm not even blaming her.
Like, I wouldn't even. She got nothing. I wouldn't say she did anything wrong. Like, you could be a learning lesson, but I wouldn't. Like, privately, I would say, if you ever deal with a nigga, just make sure you're locked. Whatever.
I would say this,
but nah, hell no.
I would say this. I'm not necessarily blaming her in total, like for Trouble's death, but my whole point is things could have been done better on her end. And Trouble's in.
Yeah. And the bitch ass nigga that killed him.
I'm not going to say, because the nigga, ultimately, that nigga broke in the house, allegedly. Even if he didn't break in the house, even if I catch my bitch with a nigga,
you got to charge it to the game.
I ain't killing niggas.
You got to charge that shit to the game.
I'm probably not even going to fight the nigga.
That ain't your bitch no more. To be honest with
you, like, especially if it was a situation like that, where I done assaulted the bitch. All kind of shit. Like, bro, you fucked it up. You're the one that's to blame for this. So I'm not saying she's at blame, but it's definitely a teachable lesson, because it's like, you could have been a little bit more transparent and he could have been better with his decision making. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the only reason I say what I say about her is because Had she told him, hey, my nigga used to live here, or if she just made an executive decision, even if that, I'm just saying, even if she was transparent with him, Trouble could have made a better informed decision on like, am I gonna come over here with my Glock? Do I need to, do I want to fuck with her? Do I want to do that? Like, you could have made a better informed decision. Yeah. Now, at the end of the day, Trouble, you fucked up and it cost you your life. So rest in peace to him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like the more information come out, the more bigger picture we can get. You know, the details will come out, how close they were or who they know. Because like Brandon said, like for him to go there with no gun to fall asleep, that ain't their first time. That doesn't make no first time sleeping. And if he know like that, he probably knew she got a nigga, and he knows she got a side. So they just.
I wonder if they've been. I wonder if that's his first time going over the house. I wonder if like they had been fucking, and maybe that was his first time going to her house. I don't know.
I don't. It's just too much. I don't think so. I would assume that he'd been there. And he just got comfortable thinking, all right, that nigga, you know.
That's possible. I ain't ruling that out at all.
And then nigga just got caught up. So in that case, it really.
He also a felon.
I really don't think she doing all like that. She just being low.
And he put up a tweet. His last tweet was saying how it's hot out there. So it's 12 out here.
It's time to take her home.
Might not have brought the gun. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's definitely a lot of scenarios, but we'll get more information. So my last one is, so Trouble died with basically a side bitch or a little snack, and he had a girlfriend. So let's reverse it. If you found out that your girlfriend died at another nigga house and it's confirmed that they basically was fucking and shit, how would you feel about this situation?
What?
Because the girl said, Trouble's girlfriend put up Instagram post and she was saying, I'm not even mad at him. I'm just sad that he didn't survive. And so then she was putting up, you know, posts like people put up when somebody passes away, pictures and moments of them just, you know, reminiscing on, you know, the moments they had and whatnot. And then I seen girls sharing her post and was like, baby, this is embarrassing. Why are you doing this to yourself? Like, this nigga didn't respect you and la da 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 da. So I'm asking y'all if this was the other way around.
First, I would say to those girls, they can feel that way, but you can't tell somebody how they're supposed to feel. Yeah. Right. So if she feel like she can mourn with that way and be respectful without feeling some way, that's on her. How I would feel, that's wild. Like I don't know. That's that's the definition of mixed emotions.
All right. So I'm looking at it like from her standpoint, you don't.
No, the relationship.
A woman know the type of nigga that she dealing with and what she willing and not willing to put up with. I already know what the hell she signed up for, so that might not have meant as much to her as being upset.
It might not have been a shock.
Yeah. Like, all right, I know this nigga do that shit from time to time. Like, it is what it is. But reverse?
That's a tough pickle, man.
Let me see. Let's say a girlfriend. Let me go back to girlfriend mode. I'll be there. I'll be a little sad.
I don't even know.
I don't think you're gonna be a little sad. You might still.
I'm gonna be sad because you gone.
Man,
I need to know the timetable.
Shout out to Truv. If my girlfriend was named Keisha and I found out that she did that, I'm smoking Keisha that night. I'm rolling up.
You rolling a Keisha pack like
I'm
that?
I'm rolling a Keisha pack like damn.
I think it's easier said than done.
I'm fucking with y'all.
I think I'll be
no, I'm fucking with y'all.
I'll be double hurt.
Yeah. No, I'm fucking with you. I think that the girl is probably mad as fuck in trouble for that. But I mean, it ain't no sense of being mad. A nigga dead.
Yeah.
And what they want her to do? Get on Instagram and disrespect them. You know what I'm saying? So the family and all that could be on her head top and whatever. This is a man who lost his life. He had 2 kids, 2 young kids
that he loved. Like it wasn't no ain't shit. Anyway.
They on his album cover. You know what I'm saying? Like he loved his kids. My thing is, why the fuck would she spend time reflecting on, oh, he did me wrong? Yeah, maybe he did step outside of the relationship we had. But do I think that warrants him being dead? And that just shows me that women is kind of heartless. It's the same situation with that Kevin Samuels shit. Like, these niggas ain't did shit to warrant death. So why is it like she's embarrassing herself? No, that was her nigga. Y'all hoes like y'all still love your nigga if your nigga might have did something wrong. The same way your nigga still gonna love you now. She might have broke up with Trub, or Trub might have broke up with her. You know what? They had a discussion or whatever. Right. That don't mean they still don't got love for each other. Her feelings is probably hurt. But what y'all want her to get on Instagram and be like, man, this nigga cheated on me, da 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 da. Like y'all want her to disrespect this man, his legacy.
Especially with all that shit going on, and then that's like, you know, now you got family, the family member, the mama, the sister, the baby mama gonna be upside your head.
They gonna tell you don't come to the motherfucking funeral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it to me, I just think it's foolish. I think women can be foolish sometimes. To me. I think that's some crazy ass shit for them to be posting that up. They was saying it's embarrassing. Oh, I seen like 5-6 women put that up like, baby, stop. Like, she love that man. What y'all talking about? So let's move on from trouble. We got one more sad story. That same night, and this is some domestic. We got to do better with our domestic issues, fellas. Metro Boomin's mother was a victim of a murder-suicide with her husband that she was married to for 2 weeks. We don't know what it was about, but his mother was taken away in the Atlanta area by her husband of 2 weeks. So,
you said of 2 weeks?
Yes, allegedly they was married for 2 weeks.
I thought that was just her boyfriend.
Damn. They said they was married for 2 weeks. So, I mean,
it's terrifying, man.
I don't even really know what to say about this. The only thing I can say is I'm sure that might not have been the first time that nigga showed that he a red flag. You seen a red flag about that nigga? You know, if something's happening, don't be scared to say something. You know, I wonder if Metro even knew that his mom was in this type of situation. I don't know. Especially, you know, niggas like that, they might be jealous of the fact that Metro your son and he take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the situation was, but I just say, get out of there when them red flags show. Like, believe them. When people show you who they are, believe them. Because I'm pretty sure a nigga that committed a murder-suicide, that ain't his first time snapping.
So I don't know. Situations like that, it's hard to even have an opinion. It's just too many unknowns. Like, it just sucks. Like, your mom gone. And, like, she just got married 2 weeks. You like, it could be a situation where there's red flags. It could be a situation where there's not. Like, it could be just a nigga. So you don't know what happened. He snapped, made a mistake, and then now he's like, oh shit, and then go, right? A moment of rage, and then it's like, imagine that's your mom. Like, you meet a nigga, he seemed good, he seemed straight, they get married, everything's good in 2 weeks, you kill her. What kind of trust you got now? Like, or that's your partner mom, and now she engaged or something like that. What trust you have for a nigga like that? So it's just sad, man. I don't.
It's just crazy because it's like, you never know in a situation like that. It's like, let's say he just killed her, but he's still here. You don't know what Metro would have did or had done to him if the feds didn't get to him first. Now it's like, damn, not only did you kill my mom, but you a bitch ass nigga and killed yourself. Now I can't even retaliate on you. Now this nigga, you don't understand like the shit that go through your head like that. You might be one of... I'm probably like deeper in his head.
That's probably best for Metro.
I get that. That's best for him. But you got to think, maybe, let's say somebody that's not, I don't know how his mental is. Let's say your mental messed up because nigga done took your mom, but you took yourself. So nigga, I'm going to get the next person closest to you. Like, this shit could keep going. I'm not saying he would do it, fact. But I'm just saying like in a different scenario, like this shit could get way worse because
he could feel he don't got no closure, don't like,
and that's the only way he feel like he gonna get closure. If he feel like he killed
somebody else, yeah,
and let your family grieve.
Well, then he needs some people close to him.
And like I said, I don't think he gonna do that.
Being there for him, praying for him. That's what he need around him. Family, friends, people, close friends. That's what I say. Because my whole thing is, if you moving like that, you know that they giving out RICOs right now in Atlanta. You live in Atlanta, you better be careful. So that's all I can say about that situation. I don't really know how it pans out. But let's get to the nitty gritty. You know, rest in peace to her. Prayers up for Metro Boomin. Nick Cannon is expecting his 9th kid.
Not the nitty gritty.
But how did you get the goddamn... Where was your transition
when one
with
is
that?
taken away, one is brought. I ain't even joking. That's the circle of life, man. So
I just
we had a dark moment. Now we got some light coming. You know, Nick Cannon is expecting a 9th kid, and this must be the girl with some good punani because this is second child with this girl. So you know, when a nigga double back, they got that amount of kids. You know, that many baby mamas. It's you know. So. Do we think that this is responsible on Nick Cannon's end, having all these kids with multiple baby mamas, like all in the same time? Especially for a man who said himself that he could die any day type shit.
I'll say this.
And don't give us give us your real opinion.
I'll say this. I've seen niggas with one baby mama, and I heard them complain. I ain't hear not one of his baby mamas complain.
Never.
It seemed like handling his business. Like it's like him and Mariah seem to be on good terms. Him and he got financially, he can support all of them. You know, I know niggas with one baby mama and 9 kids. He just got 9 baby mamas and 9 kids, or 8 baby mamas, whatever the number is. I feel like he's in a position he could do that. Like the whole he can die any day part. Yeah, I would hate to be like a kid and then my dad died. But as far as him, I mean, I'm not controlling that man's seed. Like if it's consensual and they want to do it, they're aware of the situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's his prerogative. I don't. What me telling him no? What's that gonna do?
I just don't feel like. It's a lifestyle. Like it's 2022 now. So like it's different lifestyles that niggas live. If that's his type of lifestyle, he want to spread his seeds around and he want to do that. He's making sure they're taken care of financially. He's taking care of them as a father from what we know while he's here. The only thing I think is bad is because Lupe is running his family and then you may pass the gene down, and that's the only bad thing I see in this situation. But other than that, the kids are taken care of. The baby mamas, they seem to all know. They know what they're getting themselves into. It's not like he's lying to them and he's trying to cover shit up. This nigga's blatant with the shit. So, like, that's a choice. He's giving you the option to fuck with him and take this risk. And if you down for it, it's 2 consensual adults. What's the problem?
What's the problem?
I think from my perspective, but obviously my perspective, like I can't push that on Nick. You know what I mean? From my perspective, I would never do no shit like that. Probably even with the money that Nick Cannon has, but Nick Cannon has his own. We've all watched the way Nick Cannon do interviews and the stuff he talks about. He has his own individual way of thinking, and like you said, he has. I feel like why is he getting the most of the blame when, like you said, the women are like this girl is having her second child with him. So clearly there's something that she's in, like she understands, especially for a nigga who's having kids with other women as well. So she's basically willing to just play the side and just get pregnant. That's her job. Like, get pregnant by this nigga. Like, he fuck with other bitches, get them pregnant. She cool with that. So while I don't think it's the most responsible thing emotionally long term, maybe for the kids, just because I'm taking his words for face value that he might not be here. I don't think that that's the best thing for the interest of the child. But like you said, they obviously have some kind of agreement. So it is what it is. You know, I can't just say Nick Cannon is wrong. They got their own beliefs. And I remember he said that's just ways of the Western world. He was like, in other countries, you know, people have multiple families, So if those are the beliefs that he has, then hey, it is what it is.
There ain't nothing wrong with it. Like I said, as long as it's all consensual and they clearly know what they getting themselves into. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's the issue?
Yeah. So Deshaun Watson then picked up his 24th case. And they put it out there. How many people did he get a massage by?
What was it? 70?
66?
No, it was
like 20 humans, 30 aliens. Is there a problem with getting a massage?
They said no. We trying to get the statistics first. What was it?
66 though.
It was like 66. By 66 different people.
66 different women in 17 months.
In 17 months. So basically, a year and a half. He got 66 massages, and these weren't like from the people.
These are sleaze, not sleazy, but hole in the wall massage parlors, like anywhere, anybody.
Yeah, he's not going. He's not going.
Like, he's not going to professional athlete. He's not going. They got institute. He's going to Google.
It's like going to Buford Highway.
And going
it's like going
there.
to Buford Highway. Like allegedly, that's where his nigga told me that they be giving happy endings and shit.
And he's admitted to having sexual relationships with multiple.
And his lawyer came out and said, getting a happy ending is not illegal. That's what he said.
As long as it's consensual.
So what do we think about this? Like, is he like, was this nigga wilding? Like, is this nigga like, what do we think is gonna happen? Like, just reflect.
Man,
what do you think?
Everybody got their own goddamn shit. Speak on it.
I don't know if he's guilty, but that nigga's a sicko, bro. He's a weirdo. Like
Nigga can't have a fetish,
bro. Outside of that, that's just way
That's
too
some
much.
shit that's gonna affect you.
But
he
more-
was obsessive.
That's some. You a little obsessive with that.
66, bro.
bro. If
But-
you go into certain spots and they known for doing that, what's the issue?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the issue.
Right
You're
place.
Deshaun Watson,
I'm gonna tell you the
$1
issue.
million man.
If this was Joe Schmo from, dude, I'm still thinking he's a sicko. But it is what it is. Your problem. I don't really. It's not everybody got that. Whatever. You're Deshaun Watson. You're the face of the Houston Texans franchise. You're worth over $100-some million in contract. So the money you're worth, you can't put yourself in positions like that because stuff like this happens.
Facts.
That's
This
why.
type of shit, bro.
That's why. It's really that simple. It's not smart.
You're living in what things should be like, and we're trying to say
Nigga,
this
you
is the
gotta be
reality
real.
of
Niggas
being a
is
sports
Niggas is
athlete.
still humans at the end of the day. Why can't I be human and want to go to a massage
Nigga,
parlor?
that's
smart.
I'm paying
I think we all agree. We all agree that nigga, you should be able to do what you want, right? But we know in actuality, when Kobe, other athletes, we know the risk that you're putting yourself at,
Chris Brown
especially
don't fuck no bitch without no NDA.
right, especially as a black athlete.
Bro, at the end of the
We seen Ben Roethlisberger can get away with that shit. You can't.
I understand that, but it's not right.
So you complaining about some shit?
paying.
First
You're
of all,
complaining about some shit
Brandon,
that we all
paying
know.
the fee.
wait. You're
He's
assuming
getting
that,
the service.
that everything he's saying is the truth. You're assuming that these girls are lying. Some of them saying that he was harassing and damn near sexual assaulting them.
Nigga, we. Never mind.
No,
You
speaking
believe in
on.
what you want to believe.
I'm
right
just
now.
saying, like I'm speaking.
I'm just saying the era
I'm
that we
thinking
in
all these
now.
girls are lying.
If everybody said like, "Oh well, shit, we can get some money," then fuck it.
Bro,
Let's
you
try to.
talking
Let's
about
try
the
to
era that you in?
I
This
agree
nigga
with
should
you.
be. We're saying because of the era that we're in.
They wrong for that.
He should learn.
He should know
be
better than
moved
that.
right.
I'm not
If
saying-
you gonna hold trouble accountable, this nigga need to be held accountable.
I'm not saying that what he's doing was the smartest move.
No, it was beyond.
But at the
That shit
end of
was
the
dumb.
day,
That shit
at
was
the end of the
retarded.
day, this nigga paid for a service, got it, and left. What's the issue?
You're saying he paid for a service guy and left. They're saying he
he's
didn't.
not. That's the issue. They're saying he's not, and now you
I
leave,
think you're
now you
saying
leave
that
it up
because
to
you like him as a
now you
football
leaving up
player.
to a jury for a civil suit to
Yeah.
decide. That's the issue.
And I think you're saying that.
if you put your
they're doing civil suits.
all right, you know.
None of the other cases went through. It's all civil suits at this point.
So what do you making it sound that's not a big deal because they
Niggas, all they want is money.
It's gonna
They
cost
got
him.
so you can
This is about to
lose.
cost him his career.
This nigga will be playing for the Browns in September.
He's
You're
gonna be
a fucking fool. He's
suspended.
gonna be
He's not
suspended.
starting
Suspended
anything.
for what?
Are you insane? Do you not know the rules of the
They
NFL?
already are saying that he's gonna
The
be.
image of the NFL. You don't have to be proven guilty for anything. They can suspend you.
Bro, he's not gonna be starting the
Ben
season. That's
Roethlisberger
a
got
fact.
suspended.
This nigga will be starting in September with
put-
a Browns.
Nigga, I bet you $100.
I put
I bet you
$5.
$100 right now.
500.
I don't gamble no more.
All right,
Cap, you just gambled yesterday, niggas.
All right,
Man,
you were
stop it.
insane. That's why it's costing him his livelihood. It's costing him his image.
Why though? It is.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Goddamn.
Because you put yourself in a situation where somebody can. It's your war against mine. And when you're that rich and you're that money, that powerful, you have to
now
be more
you-
careful.
This nigga don't.
I don't want to be rich.
He don't want to understand what you're saying.
I get
crazy
it.
that
I get it.
I'm not saying there's not a money grab. What I'm saying is that
I understand
that's
it.
known.
I understand it, and I get what y'all saying. Like,
And he
what
moving
y'all saying-
reckless.
What y'all saying it makes sense, but I just don't agree with it. Like, why does it have to be that way?
But this is what nigga. But we don't know why it has to be that way. We're saying, but you are aware of how
Because the
shit
world
works,
that way.
nigga.
It's about money.
Come on, man.
That's like saying, bro, if you hustle somebody out there money for something, like, hey, and then it's like, damn, why are people hustlers? It's a hustle. It's a low shit, but like you don't complain about hustlers in the street or somebody about that nigga hustling in school.
I think you're doing this because you like Deshaun Watson.
crazy.
I'm
He
gonna be
an
honest
idiot.
with you.
we've
That's
had
what it
these.
sound like.
We've had these type of
And he a
arguments, and I'm
sicko.
like, yo, I don't
Fuck
get
that.
it.
But you don't know.
He a
But
So
sicko.
I understand it.
you
But I
just said
don't,
you don't get it.
I
But
don't get
understand
why.
it. What is it?
I don't get why it has to be that way. I get that.
Yes, you do understand why it
I
has to
get
be that
that
way.
it
The
is
world
that
that
way,
way.
but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, nigga, you're saying it don't have to be,
crazy,
nigga.
bro.
You need to live in reality, bro. It is what it is.
I'm saying,
I don't
why
wanna hear
you-
about no what.
So
what
I could go out and do the same shit, but Deshaun Watson can't. And all you do is go in and pay for some.
Is you worth a million?
You're
Is
paying.
you worth $1 million? Is you worth millions of dollars?
No, I'm not. But what I'm saying
Alright
is,
then.
why can't I go pay for a service, get it, and leave? But the next nigga go get the shit.
Brandon,
And now
if it
bro,
comes
you
out
ain't
that
gonna
you
do
want
this
to,
slow, bro.
if you want to 60, Brandon, if
not
you
this
want to
slow.
66 massages in 17 months, and 20 of them said, Brandon, you did some like you harassed us, you did some sexual
Let me ask
assault.
you this.
I'm looking at you like you're an idiot.
Yeah. Let me ask you this.
That's-
Let me say this.
I don't care if you Deshaun
Let me
Watson.
say this. You don't think that if you went to a massage parlor or whatever 66 times in 17 months, we see how niggas like in the strip club or like in a club when they get familiar with everybody there and shit, how comfortable niggas get, how they might assume that these people that this girl already know what she here for. You don't think that in them 66 times he might have slipped up and did something indecent just because it could have been a misunderstanding that, yo, you know I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm here for this. I'm a regular. You don't think that there was no kind of
I'm a regular.
yeah, you don't think that there was no kind of mix up in there? You don't think none of that happened? You keep saying, you
pay
keep
his
contradicting
money.
yourself because you saying, I get why it's, but I don't get this.
I get how society.
Like, bro,
no, what I'm saying is, I get how it's looked at in society. I just don't agree at how it's looked.
It's one thing, yes, we get that you don't agree with.
That's
you don't
what
agree
I'm
with,
saying.
but it's not about how you think the thing should be. It's about how it is, and that's what we trying to tell you. You gotta be smart.
In the world
my
we
nigga.
live in, it doesn't matter if it's that. It's anything you do. You put yourself in a situation where it's on
Niggas is school shooters. You're not gonna be
looked down upon, right? That's like getting that kind of it's looked down upon. I can't think of another example, but anything that's looked down upon, like a job. Like if you were a prostitute, where it's legal, right? And you do that, or I don't want to say prostitute, but I don't want to talk about sex. Like anything, you do anything that's looked down upon, and then you find yourself in a situation where you're in an investigation. You're not gonna get the benefit of the doubt from the public. Why? Because it's like you're doing something that's
It's like this.
It's low. It's low.
It's like this. It's like this. Like I got an example. Like this Rollo situation, right? Niggas' main thing that they like to say is, "Oh, Rollo just got sentenced to 8 years," right? They saying Rollo got sentenced to 8 years, but weed is legal all across the country. Yes, while that is a fact that weed is getting legal all across the country, it's not legal in Georgia, and you can't. Where can you take weed? And you don't have no license, you ain't no dealer. You from California putting on a private and taking it to Georgia. Bro, that's not, like, you're wrong. You shouldn't, you're saying, like, it's a little different. Like,
I don't love that example, but I get it.
I'm just saying, that's how niggas are speaking too.
I feel a little bit more passionate about that. That's bullshit. But
I think it's bullshit. No. I'm saying in reality, but what I'm trying to say is, in reality, we know what the rules is.
yeah, you know the rules. I agree.
know the rules.
In
You know
principle,
how
I agree.
things
I
is.
just don't like that.
I don't like that he had to do 8 years behind that shit.
don't like
I ain't
that.
saying Rollo deserve it, but I'm saying, nigga, you asked for it.
But okay, if you're
getting a happy
a
ending
gangster
isn't
rapper, right?
First of all, getting a happy ending is illegal.
Depends on what state you're in.
If you just said he paid for a service. In Houston, prostitution is not legal. So if you're going in there and you're paying for a service, which
Man,
is
we going to
head,
Georgia neither.
yeah, if you paying for head and top and shit, that's a
illegal.
whole
That's
nother.
under the table deal.
Yeah, like that's
It's
illegal
consensual.
for one.
Like, it's not rape.
I didn't know the.
But that's
nigga, you know prostitution ain't legal in Houston.
Nigga, I ain't never been to Houston.
You know,
He got
where
in Georgia too.
Where in the states
In
like that is
Gainesville.
illegal besides like Vegas?
Jersey,
Where in Jersey?
Atlantic City.
So you know in certain stipulations.
So he was doing that shit in Gainesville, Georgia.
Come on, brother.
Come on. Going to massage parlor in Gainesville, Georgia, talking about something.
He at home getting like, come on. First of all, and the whole thing about this
But the
situation.
10 niggas that came in behind them, they did the right
The
thing.
whole
You know,
thing
it's
about
cool.
Nah, if they get the charges up, I'm gonna be like, you're an idiot too.
Alright, bro.
Just not as big as the $100
you
million
trying to make an
one.
excuse for him not moving right. He don't bring the next nigga into his wrong. Nigga, he wrong. You talking about the next nigga.
He
we talking
wrong
about
because
Deshaun
this nigga
Watson.
got a multi-million
No, if you went in there right now and did that, you wrong. If you went in there and did that, you wrong right now. But you ain't having the money that he having.
Simple as that.
Facts. You ain't having what he having. So that's really what it is. So I seen on Twitter they was having. I thought this was a good question. You know, we off Deshaun Watson. Somebody asked a question. They said, "What do y'all think is the most unique voice in hip hop history? Which rapper do y'all think? Or you can name a few. Just who do y'all think has the most unique voices?"
You got Boosie, you got Mystical, you got Nate Dogg, DMX.
That's what I had DMX.
42 Doug,
I got Eazy.
Eazy-E. I just named
You can
people
throw
on
Snoop
top.
in there too. You can throw Jadakiss.
But unique, unique niggas sound like Snoop after. Like I thought Nip. I'm saying like eventually he had more of like a. Well, then Pop
sounded
Smoke.
like Snoop because his is like raspy. Snoop is more smooth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nick kind of had a raspy type voice.
Yeah,
I think
42, Eazy.
I think DMX. Like when I was just thinking DMX, like a nigga and barking and shit. Like I think that for me, I got him as number one.
I don't know.
Pop Smoke, I got number two. Really, I like
got
Pop Smoke.
Eazy
shit.
at number one.
I
Pop
feel like
Smoke.
there's some older cats too that we like.
I think people ain't gonna say-
Slick Rick. I don't know who rap like
His,
Slick.
not rap,
His
like
just
just
accent.
the voice. We just talk about the voice. Like,
That's his voice. Who got a
Yeah,
voice like
that's his
Slick?
voice.
E40.
I'm going Pop Smoke low key. I ain't never heard nobody with that a 20-year-old with that type of voice. That nigga had the Barry White going on. Like that shit was crazy. That nigga shit was crazy. And I think that's what made him like rise so fast. Like that nigga's voice was deep as fuck. But DMX had a deep, raspy, intimidating voice. Jadakiss, the laugh and shit.
we just talk about rappers because I got one.
Designer?
That really fucked me up
Designer.
when I found out.
I mean, he sound like Future.
Hey, Michelet.
Nisha Lake.
Shit.
But is it
She
more
could
her
actually
singing
sing.
voice?
It
Her
sounds
singing voice
normal.
is more normal than her actual talking voice. I think we talking about as far as the music.
Okay.
Yeah, not necessarily.
That
how
was
she
just one
speak.
that came to my head.
I definitely like
Yeah.
Nate Dogg too. I like the Nate Dogg comparison.
Nate Dogg. I feel like his voice stands out. He sold the Eazy-E though. I remember
Yeah,
that
Eazy-E
one.
was good. What makes a rapper successful? Like what traits? Like what is the most important trait? Is it the music? Is it the look?
The image.
The image.
What is the most important? Y'all saying the image?
Image.
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 Because if your image can match your raps, then nigga, that's gonna make you. Even if your raps ain't as great, but your image match your raps, that shit's gonna make you. It's gonna give you a little bit of a boost.
It's not the
Eazy-E
only thing that
Eazy-E
matters.
wasn't the best rapper, but his image with his raps that somebody else wrote for him.
I say your
Maybe.
image will carry you way farther than your bars or
Yeah.
anything else. So it's like if you start stacking up ratings, like your image needs to be there. Like of course anybody can get popping with a hot song, but how long you gonna last? The image is
agree.
what makes you.
I agree because what's the first thing you do when you hear something? Like say if you hear something on the radio right now or you hear something like somebody play, you gonna go look that shit up on YouTube and see what this nigga look like, watch the video, you know what I'm saying? If the video weak, you gonna be like, oh, this song cool, but you know, but if you watch the video now and this nigga got 1,000 guns in the back, shirt off, tattoos, they in the grimiest hood, you gonna be like, oh, this nigga a real one.
See, I think most people do that. I really don't do that. If I hear a
Well,
song,
we come from another era.
I'm gonna keep searching for more music, like on just Apple. That's what even like Apple Music. I don't really watch music videos like that,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna search who they.
I'm
look
thinking.
like.
I'm just saying.
But in
like,
general,
from the
I 100%.
consumer.
Average consumer is 100% gonna do that.
Average
for sure.
consumer is going to look his shit up on YouTube, Probably want to look at the numbers, like, oh, this nigga popping. You know, because you see people be like, oh, I was on this nigga when he had, if you look on the comments, I was on this nigga, but when this video had 2,000 views. And now it's at 1 million. Like, they say them type of shits in the comments. So they want to see what the nigga look like. So I think the image is definitely more important. So, and it's another one I seen online. Lotto. We all know Lotto.
Big Lotto.
It's alleged. It's alleged and that she's gotten her butt done. I mean, you could look at the results and how fast she had a new booty, but you know, for legal reasons, we're gonna say allegedly, she's got her butt done, and she put out a butt workout. Like she was like, "Ladies, if you trying to, you know, get some butt, like get a butt, you gotta do this workout." Is what she doing false advertising? Being that she allegedly has a but I'm not gonna say fake because she might just got a fat transfer, but like she's gotten work done. Is it her place to say this is what you need to do, or is it like, I mean, the result, like the workout is the workout?
The workout, and it can help enhance your butt. So I don't really see that being an issue. Like I don't think she just
can it enhance it to what she got.
Shit, I don't know.
You trying to say it's false advertisement?
You got to keep working. It might.
I think both are true.
I think it might. I think that workout might get you there. It ain't gonna get you there as quick as she got there, but eventually you might get there.
I don't know if it's necessarily gonna get you there, but like you said, obviously a butt workout is a butt workout. Like yes, what she's doing, she still has to maintain the ass, especially if it's something like a fat transfer. To where, I mean, if you burn fat, you burn fat. You know, but I also think that I think it's false advertising, but I think that it's still true as far as the workout. But coming from her, it's not like you didn't get that ass from doing that. That's what I would say. But I think it's both.
And legally, as long as she don't say that that's how she got it,
yeah,
then no matter. She's just promoting the workout.
Facts.
So it's up to the consumer to decipher it. So I'll say it like that. But like, if she get on interviews, yeah, I work hard to get this. Wait, what, bitch? No.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. Kevin Gates. I don't know. He woke up and chose violence today, and he released
his mind.
He released his own version.
Sean Watson be listening to that before he go to Parler and shit.
He released his own version of Super Gremlin, and you know we have 50 Cent How to Rob. It's like he was telling like, this is how to fuck in this song, and he dissed his own wife. But let's get to the people that he called out. Right? Let me read the lyrics. It says, "Ruby Rose, I can't wait to have your feet facing my ceiling, with my tongue deep in your ass while I kiss on your kitty. Put that cock deep in your back and have you come on this missile. Put your hands behind your back and smack your ass. I mean your kidneys. Ain't no disrespect to Jigga. Met through Nipsey. That's my nigga. Don't know if they into swinging. Beyonce need to let me hit her. Make her piss all on this dick respectfully. Her body shiver. I want Nikki. She need Kevin. She still playing around with Kenneth. Only one to shout out me was okay, whatever." So basically, 2 out of 3 of them women are married, right? Is that disrespectful?
When a nigga say no disrespect, know disrespect's coming. Like niggas used to stop saying that.
And he's saying the husband's names as well.
Jay-Z is my nigga. I met you. No disrespect, but I want your wife to squirt on me.
Then he said,
y'all swingers?
No, he wanted
Nikki, you need Kevin. You need to
right. It's Kevin.
Nikki, but you with Kenneth, the type shit. Like,
I mean,
is he disrespectful?
Yes.
Even by rap standards?
I think he is. Yeah, if I'm Jay, I feel some type of way about that. Like, I'm not finna address it or anything. But
if you see him in public, like, would you have you like at least pull him to the side? Like, what's that about? Or you just like, it is what it is?
If I'm Jay, no. I'm just like, we'll never do you no favors. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if we have like a mutual friend or somebody, like if I have a rapport with you, yeah, I'll pull you aside. But if you don't fuck with him, nah, I'm just, you a dub now.
Just like, you don't ever try to come to Rock Nation, nigga.
Yeah, shit like that.
You need me before I need you.
But I'm sure Kevin Gates is like, these niggas ain't gonna beat his ass, so he be alright.
Nigga, do you know how many people that said some shit about Beyonce? Bro, let that shit ride. That nigga
I don't really hear people saying shit like that. Like, I'm how you come piss all on this dick.
They might not have
That was a little
They
extreme.
mention Hov, say we cool.
Yeah.
Say I hope y'all swingers, and then be as graphic as that.
I need you to piss all
You
on
might
this
have
dick.
heard they might be swingers, and maybe that's the lifestyle they into, bro. Kevin Gates ain't say shit, bro.
Oh,
He
okay.
addressed it the way that he should. He put the no disrespect. I mean, that could be taken how
Chris,
they want to be
Chris
taken.
gonna drop a rap. You start naming niggas wives. It's still all right.
This nigga Brandon pandering like fuck in this episode. I ain't gonna lie. Usually he be obvious. He got good at like not making it obvious.
Panda.
He definitely pandering on this fucking episode. Like it's fucking obvious, bro. You gotta get a little better with it. You slipping.
I'm being dead ass at this point. Like I feel like the shit. Yeah, it
You feel like
was.
it's some rap shit?
I feel like this nigga was just. It's just art. This nigga put some shit on the paper. He said it. Kevin Gates is known for saying wild shit.
So a nigga,
But I don't think
shit like that.
I don't think it's enough for a nigga to really get tight about.
He ain't.
I say this. I agree in the sense that when Nicki did it, when she went through the rap, it was like, okay, nobody take it serious.
So the women can do it, but the niggas
Yeah,
can't.
but I think niggas just believe Kevin Gates.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the
believe
point.
this nigga,
That's the
bro.
point. We all know. Like we don't expect Nikki to be out here like really
She
trying
a
to fuck
woman.
all the people she said.
Nah, it's not even that. I just believe this nigga's really.
We just know
with
Kevin
that shit.
Gates' personality, and
I do.
Kevin Gates dissed his own wife on the track. They're separated, so I really believe him. He never was saying shit like that.
And this nigga hurt because he
Let me
separated
say
with his
this, let me
wife.
say
Let that
this.
nigga get
He was
bent.
never saying that before they were separated.
Because he wasn't mad then.
You know how a nigga speak when they get single. You know how a nigga act when they get single. They freshly single, bro.
He mad.
They trying to fuck something. I think so. You think if Nicki came knocking at his door right now, or Beyonce came and said, "I'm trying to see what you talking about. You said you want me to piss all on that dick." She came knocking on the door. You think he would be like, "Nah, I was just playing," or you think that nigga fucking like he really want to fuck?
Nicki,
He
yes.
wanna fuck.
Trying to see what that
Beyonce,
pee
he gonna
about.
leave that alone.
No, he gonna fuck that too. The fuck? I don't know. So, last one before we get to, the next segments. The Warriors are down 2-1 right now. Both games they lost, Draymond played very, very poorly. And we've seen Isaiah Thomas say it. We've seen people on Twitter say it. I kind of agree with the situation too. People are saying it's time for him to stop. Like, just put the podcast to the side.
Until the offseason.
Focus on your play. One of the reporters asked him yesterday, do you think that you're giving X's and O's on your podcast because you're basically reviewing film on the podcast and saying what you could have did better, this, that, and the third? And he's saying, like, what I said is not a big deal. This is just, typical basketball. This isn't like, I'm not giving away secrets. Do y'all think that the podcast is just a podcast? He got time.
I'm gonna say I think people are reaching with this. Well, one, like I'm gonna assume like he's like what he's saying is face value, giving away X's and O's. Yeah, I think that's a bit much, right? Two, like, what do y'all expect him to be doing? Like, when people say focus on the podcast, like, so when he do press conferences and when they ask him questions and breakdowns, is that focusing on the game? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he has time. If he has time, if he's not missing practice, if he's not missing film study, if he's, because he's playing not as good, because when they were winning and he was playing good, the podcast was still there. So it's like, you can't have it both ways. So to me, as long as his teammates don't feel like it's a distraction, as a coaching staff don't feel like it's a distraction, I don't have a problem with it. Like, why are people telling him what's distracting him? I hate when people say, you need to go focus on the game. Like, if he's talking about basketball, clearly he's focusing. He's breaking down the game. I just don't think it's as big as a deal.
I kind of see both points.
Like, what is he supposed to be doing in between
because
that time?
what you said about the media. I feel like the media is kind of like a given. We know that the media comes with the basketball. The podcast is kind of extracurricular, and I feel like Draymond has already said that, like, I remember him saying, like, we're all trying to get into the media field. My whole thing is, because I've seen somebody say, well, Dennis Rodman went and did this, and Michael Jordan was out till whatever time in the morning, gambling and all that. I think the only thing that separates it is them niggas was winning.
And it wasn't the NBA.
No, Jordan was out in the NBA Finals gambling late.
He was losing when he did that too.
But their results have to be, but you know what?
He was down 0-2 to the Knicks in 93 when he was out gambling.
So look.
And that's when the criticized came. So I don't agree with it.
So what I say about Draymond is you could be off, you could be losing, but like to the extent that he's playing poorly, it's gonna look bad. Like it's gonna come with that. Like yesterday he had 2 points. Like he played terrible yesterday.
100% agree.
He was absolutely terrible. So I think that while I think that it's for a nigga who's not, and you're not really like the main focus, like you, like niggas is leaving you up. You 2 for 12. You like 2 for 12 in the series from the 3-point line. Like you're playing terrible.
No threes.
Yeah. You ain't hit nothing. He's 0 for like 12 or some shit like that. For a nigga who's playing as poorly as he has, and from a nigga who's already done shit to affect the NBA Finals before by getting suspended, his history, a nigga who's already walking the line this whole fucking series with technical fouls, like he's probably should have been ejected at least 2 times in this Finals. I do think that he's creating a distraction. It may not just be the podcast. It may be everything brewing, and the podcast is kind of like the icing on the cake.
Distraction. Go ahead.
I just think that I think that it would be a good thing for him to scale back. Like he's doing the podcast like 30 minutes after, like 30, 40 minutes after the game.
Yeah, I just don't get the correlation. Like
I think that he's create. I don't think that, like me, I'm not necessarily saying it's wrong, but I do think that once it's starting to be brought up in press conferences and people are talking about it, people are talking about it in media and everything, it's kind of becoming a distraction. So
the talk of it,
you gotta understand, am I being selfish by still doing this because this is what I love to do, and it's, maybe for whatever reasons, but maybe if my teammates have to start answering this, or if it's something that's becoming aware in press conferences, maybe I should just relax. Is it necessary?
See,
it necessary?
I'll say this. It shouldn't be, but if it doesn't matter what you're doing, if people are talking about it and it becomes a deal, I agree with that. But again, I'm going to say 2 things. First, the correlation of playing bad. Anytime you play bad, people are going to find something to use. When Dennis Rodman was out doing that, he came back, he was playing bad. Michael Jordan, he had 2 bad games in the casino. He was playing bad, and then he wasn't. That didn't stop him from gambling. That didn't stop Dennis Rodman from being Dennis Rodman. So I don't think the podcast is a correlation. But
I would ask this: Did Michael Jordan? Is it reports that he continued to do that throughout the whole series, or was it that one night? Once it became, what I'm asking is, when it became a distraction,
they went back to Chicago.
What I'm asking is,
they left New York.
So what I'm asking is, but if they was down on 2, they still had to go back to New York. I'm asking is, when it became a distraction, did he continue to stay out that late gambling?
I don't think,
and that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Draymond,
I don't know. I don't think Michael stopped gambling.
Or at least he was a little bit more discreet.
Maybe he was more discreet. So, but
I guess let me say just one more thing about this correlation. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Also, he's doing something that has to do with media as a player. Michael Jordan was just caught doing something low key at a hotel.
Yeah, 2 different things.
So it's a little different.
They're 2 different things, but I still don't see why just because you're doing some media, you can do something where electronics. My biggest things though is saying I don't understand, and y'all athletes, y'all play sports. We never had press conferences, but after every game, players are slotted to answer questions, right? It could be about Boston fans. It could be about thing. Why is it that is a distraction? They have to answer questions about Draymond podcast. Is that? Oh my God, you asked me about that. Now I can't think about No, it's just a question. That's not. I don't feel like if Klay Thompson has to answer questions about Draymond podcast, it doesn't matter. I have to answer whatever question you ask me. You know how many times players get mad about the question they ask? So I don't feel like it affects the game. It just affects the story. That's what I'm trying to say. So if it's just going to affect the story and it doesn't affect the game, it's just people going to talk about you because you're playing bad. And then if he plays good, now if you can tell me that it affects the game, I'm all right then, 100%. There's no reason why he shouldn't stop.
I can tell you how it affects the game.
Shoot me.
It can affect the game We know, and this is just I'm reaching right here.
Yeah. I'm with
Draymond is demonstrative or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine people wanting to actually say something like? Do you think people in not many people on the team can check Draymond?
Yeah.
Right. We've seen that because they don't tell him to shut the fuck up when he's wilding on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Draymond does Draymond.
Facts.
He told Kevin Durant, "We don't need you in the middle of the fucking court." Cussed him out. Called him a bitch. So clearly. You know, and even when he got suspended for that, like it was kind of like that was major.
He didn't fuck with you.
So what I'm saying is there might be people on the team that really don't fuck with him doing the podcast and feel like he's distracted because he came out and he said we all want to be in the media. You know, he just signed a media deal. So it's like, bro, you working 2 jobs when everybody else is focused on this one job. You're working 2 jobs.
If that's
that can be a distraction.
Working, I'm gonna follow you. If that's true, if him working doing that is taken away from his game, I agree. But that's 2 different things. It's saying we don't like you doing that because we already don't like you, and you're just is more like you. But distracting what?
It could be distracting his focus.
His focus on the
game. Put it like this: if you're
that's a reach.
So let me ask you this. If the game ended an hour ago and you already online doing the podcast, is that not kind of weird to you?
To me, what's the difference between a press conference?
Because the press conference is already given that it's going to be there. Like, you know, that's part of your contractual stipulation.
I'm not saying
you know that come with it. This is an extracurricular activity.
Yeah, but
this is an extracurricular. Is it not an extracurricular?
So what is he supposed to be?
What is he
supposed to be doing?
This is my. I'm not saying that he can't do a podcast. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm not saying he can't do it. And I don't all the way disagree with.
No, I hear you.
I'm just saying I kind of get the point where
it's a distraction. We're talking about it, but do you follow me when I say something that's annoying? Doesn't affect me playing. When them 48 minutes when we play,
put it like this.
It's only when the game starts. They're like, damn, nigga, you still talking?
Before I hand it over to Brandon, I'll just say this.
That's what
I guess my whole statement would be this. I feel like, is this necessary for you to do, Draymond? Is it necessary?
He would think so. People wouldn't.
I don't think he feel like it's necessary.
He says it. I watched it.
Well, if he feel like it's necessary,
he said
cool.
People keep complaining about it.
I think that
he said it's not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep doing it.
I think that's because, but that's don't mean that he think it's necessary. I mean just something he want to do.
Necessary for him. That's his goal. Like you said, is media. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah. My whole thing is Luka out here smoking goddamn hookah before the game.
Mm-hmm.
You got players back in the day
playing golf,
snorting coke. Niggas did a lot worse shit. Nigga want to get behind a camera and a microphone
and talk about basketball.
Like he could be doing anything else, but because he want to talk
and he's playing bad,
now it's an issue.
It's just,
but if he was playing,
I definitely got a rebuttal for that.
Even if he was playing decent and he was doing the same thing, nobody would give a fuck. If he was playing great and doing it, nobody would give a fuck. But since he's playing bad,
I agree.
Now it's an issue. Because that doesn't hurt his game. He's not drinking and it's hurting his health. He's not out gambling and he's not getting no rest. He's not. He's talking about the X's and O's. Now, if he's giving out plays,
do you can see that as a distraction? Not to the game, but period. People are talking about it. It's the story.
Anything like, but I'm saying,
but he's not gonna say that because Brandon's whole narrative the whole time is like it shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that. But it is. I agree with that.
This nigga could be walking.
I'm just not convinced it affecting his game.
This nigga could be going to Hooters to get some wings.
It could.
And he get in trouble for that. Like niggas make that a big deal.
Let me kind of rebuttal what you're saying.
That's a fact.
When Luka was out caught smoking hookah and then he came into the league and he was fucking 20 pounds overweight. He got criticized about that. And it wasn't the most important time of the year. It wasn't in the NBA finals. We're in the finals. So all this shit,
but the hookah, know what I'm saying is to your health. Why you
and there's people who criticize him about that.
That's acceptable.
It's one thing about the people are criticizing Ja Morant right now because he's going on Instagram Live taking shots of Casamigo out the bottle, and then when they're realizing like this nigga drink, they're saying, do this nigga drink heavy? Because why the fuck? Because when it was All-Star Weekend, he was on the PJ drinking out the bottle. They're on fucking Miles. What's his name? Miles Bridges, because he's posting up fake pictures of pink lemonade that look like lean with a blunt in his hand. It's certain things that are distractions.
All of those shits affect your game.
Say it again, Brandon.
All of that shit affects your game. Talking in front of a microphone and a camera.
What I'm saying is, no. What I'm saying is, I don't know if Myles Garrett was doing that, but yes, what I'm saying is, it can be a distraction. I'm not talking about does it affect the game. I don't think that's affecting Draymond's game. Is it a possibility that it's affecting other players' game? Possible. I don't know. Maybe if he, I don't know. I don't even know. And I'm not. And listen, I'm not saying I disagree with y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know if Draymond.
But you saying because
Draymond might have sat everybody down and asked them and said, "Hey, is this distracting y'all?" He might have asked them about it already, and they might have been like, "Nah, Draymond, do your fucking thing." What I'm saying is, I just see both sides of the coin. That's all I'm trying to say.
All I said is, I would rather Draymond, especially the type of thing
I definitely
I think he would do, like the type of shit that he do maybe in the off season. I would much rather this nigga sit behind his microphone and the camera and talk shit rather than going out in public and doing some shit that might be even more detrimental. I'd rather him talk shit behind a microphone and talk shit on the court like he do and almost get thrown out the games all the time. Like,
I agree with it probably 80%. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I do think being of Draymond's reputation, and like we've seen things that he's done before that affected his team in the finals, that he should tread lightly. Especially even on there, like he keeps taking shots at Kevin Durant and all kind of other shit, like things that just keep hitting the media. It's like, bro, what are you trying to do right now? That's the only thing I'm questioning. Like, it's one thing to get on there, you want to discuss the game. Are you trying to make headlines? Like, are you really like certainly trying to just make media blogs? Like, what is the purpose of what we're doing right now, of what you're doing? That's what I question.
I'll say this. If he goes to his teammates and say, "Hey, y'all, if me doing this podcast is affecting our game, y'all want me to stop?" And they be like, "It's like, yeah, 100%. Yeah. But if they say, "Man, this is annoying. We don't like answering and talking about it, but it don't really matter about the game."
Yeah, I agree.
Then nah, I don't. It's just anything anything you do outside of the game is gonna be a story, and it's just gonna be a story.
You can't do a podcast. You can't get a massage. You can't do shit. Just stay in the house.
I'm gonna say this: play better, Draymond. Play fucking better. That's the best I can tell you. Do you got any more scenarios?
Yeah. All right.
Let's talk about here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Say what? What's the scenario?
Hey,
let's get it.
All right. Walk with me through this one. So it's gonna be Grant and Monique. Grant and Monique.
Okay.
So Grant and Monique.
Forrest Grant and Monique
are they're on they're big Dipset fans, right?
Dipset.
And so Dipset gets big on Twitter, and they start on IG. They start doing lives. They start doing Twitter Spaces, and they start creating groups for fans to come chat and talk about their greatest moments and memorabilia and all that, because they're having a big concert in a couple months. So they meet on Twitter and they start talking about stuff like that. It's strictly about Dipset and things. So Grant, he'd be like, hey, he's a big Dipset fan. He knows lyrics better than Jim Jones knows lyrics. He can recite shit. He has pictures of them from old concerts. Monique is just with him. Like she's a little younger, but she's like, Grant is like 25. Monique is like 21. Now, mind you, Monique has her profile picture up on Twitter. Grant has a fake AV of Freaky Zeke. Yeah. Right? So, his face is Freaky Zeke. His name on Twitter is Grant Zeke. Or Freaky Grant Zeke. So, nobody really knows his name. It's like, his real name's not Grant. But he's on there all the time. He's talking to Jewels. He got, so they meet up at the concert. Right? So, Grant and Monique meet up at the concert, and Grant goes in for a hug, and he like grabs her ass as they hug.
Grant grabs whose ass?
Monique.
Okay, his girlfriend.
No, they met. They never met before. So I'm gonna bring it back.
I'm thinking that they was an item.
Listen, so you have two strangers. They're both Dipset fans. They meet on Twitter because Jewels and Jim and Cam are starting to do.
They have things in common.
They're on like a forum for Twitter. Yeah. So Dipset's having this big thing. So Grant is like, he's getting popping because he's talking to Jewels every day. He's talking, and they give him backstage passes. So Grant tells Monique, "Hey, when y'all come to the concert, meet up with me, and I'm gonna bring you to the backstage." So they meet for the first time, and it's a group of them. So he hugs her, but he grabs her ass, and she kind of like stiffens up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then throughout that backstage pass, they're on stage, and then it's like they doing the Dipset anthem, and then while he doing that, he's like holding her hand, she's like moving her hand away.
Okay.
And then, as the night go by, he tries to touch her leg. She kind of moves her legs away. Fast forward a week later, so she don't say nothing. She don't tell nobody. It comes out that she tells one person, right? And I'm wrapping this up right now. She tells one person, and that one person's like, "Yo, that Grant nigga on Twitter, he's a like damn near like a creep. He a rapist, right?" How do y'all react to that? Like, what? Who's at fault for that situation? And the narrative is being said she didn't say anything because she wanted to stay on the backstage.
See the show.
And he's saying that I got the wrong vibes, and people are saying no, he sexually assaulted her. How do y'all react? If you need any clarity, I get what you're saying. Clear. Okay.
No, it's really clear.
Is he a sicko? Is he a weirdo?
At the end of the day, he's wrong. He's wrong, especially just off the embrace of the booty alone. Like, you don't know her.
Mm-hmm.
Now maybe if it was like not the booty and everything else, then maybe I'm a little bit more like, maybe bruh's just one of those niggas who's a little too touchy and he is weird, but he didn't mean no harm.
Okay.
But once you grab the ass of a girl you don't know, who does that? That is sexual assault. That's the definition of sexual assault. So yes, you're wrong. I would tell the girl, don't ever sit there and just keep continuously being assaulted just because you want to see Dipset. Go into the crowd and watch that fucking show. It is what it is. Somebody do like you letting that nigga hold that over your head for power. I wouldn't suggest that that's something you do. But at the end of the day, I understand it. Maybe you that big of a fan to where you did that. But that nigga is wrong. Completely.
Nah, like, I gotta agree. First off, you shouldn't be grabbing nobody ass without permission, or you already know that shit's cool. Like,
yeah.
That's just like, oh, I met you. We met on Twitter. Let's take the Dipset part out of it. She comment under your post. We comment together. We talk on Twitter. But then the first time I see you in public, I think it's okay to grab your ass.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't ever had no conversations like that to make me feel comfortable. Well, we never had no underlying conversation that made it okay for
y'all
me
talk
to
about
grab
Dipset, not your ass.
Right.
So,
I mean, unless he said like, "Yo, you down with the Dipset?" and you gotta get your lips wet. Like, we ain't had no
you find out you got bars. So, I one question then. So, let's say we were doing a fact cap on what is that shit called? Spaces? Not Spaces, but the other one, Clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monique come on there. Would y'all give her the same advice in a public forum?
I'll give that shit to a public.
What you mean, like about the situation? Yeah, I say the same thing.
Do y'all think that could be a form of victim blaming?
No,
he's
I think
wrong.
that. Now you talking about like we're saying what she could have did?
Yeah.
I gave her both sides.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This is just that victim blaming is like some new society shit, bro. I ain't gonna say I'm from the old school, but I'm from the school of nigga. You still gonna know what you did wrong, so in the future you can learn. People. That's the problem. Like when motherfuckers be out here doing this victim blaming and all this other bullshit, it's just to take away accountability from the person. It's just to say like people don't like to be wrong about shit. Bro, once that nigga sexually assaulted you, you should have even if you kept that fucking ticket and went away from that nigga. There was ways to handle that.
I just feel like I'm the type of nigga, I'm gonna ask you first, do you want the truth?
You go to the Clubhouse, my
female friends know. I'm gonna say like, yo, you want the truth? Because
I don't want to drag the story, but
I'm just saying like, yo, look, he was dead ass wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But you made it seem like it was okay because all you did was brushed it off.
So I ain't gonna say she made it seem.
No, I'm not saying like, but you made him feel like that he could try.
Mad that you sat
like you should have left. Like
you was uncomfortable. You shouldn't have took.
Either you should have hit the nigga, jabbed him something, and got away from the situation.
So I used to be 100% because we're on victim blaming now, 100% with y'all. But when it comes to sexual assault, sexual harassment with a girl and a guy, I totally disagree. Totally agree. And this is as simple as this. Some people have a flight. Some people have fight. Some people have fight. What is it?
Fight or flight.
Freeze, flight or fight. Mm-hmm. You know, some people run. Some people stiff. You don't know. I've never been in a situation where I was sexually assaulted. Right? I don't know, especially somebody you feel like you trust around people. I don't know how you.
I've definitely been assaulted.
Huh?
I've definitely been assaulted.
I'm not gonna tell somebody how to act in a moment. But in that situation, if she moved that nigga hand, that's enough body language, enough information to tell the nigga to stop. And if he kept going, and even though he moved hand, that's 100% on her. Mm-hmm. Now, I do agree with telling somebody, hey, in certain situations, this is how you should move. But we should not do that publicly because it paints it makes that nigga gives a reason why.
Now,
wait.
I just how I feel. Let me finish.
Okay.
In any situation, if
we thinking the same thing.
If somebody I know, a girl I know, I always tell them privately, hey, you can't go to the bar like that, dressed like that, and not expect a nigga to touch you or do something crazy. You can't do this and that. Publicly, we shouldn't even speak on that because it gives that person justification.
But if she individually, or like say you said that, would I say that to her on Clubhouse? So I'm assuming if she's on Clubhouse, she's explaining her story on Clubhouse publicly.
Yeah. Even
so
then.
I think that we're looking at it as a form of a Clubhouse delivery where niggas is just arguing and being argumentative.
Yeah.
I think there's certain ways to say it. If I was on Clubhouse, I wouldn't necessarily be arguing and yelling with her and saying like, "No, you did this wrong."
Even nicely.
Even like giving game. I would tell her on Clubhouse like, maybe you shouldn't be saying this on Clubhouse. I'll be telling her like, listen.
I agree.
If you come, Clubhouse is about opinions. So if you come to Clubhouse, niggas is gonna give you the opinion. If I would give you the advice of, listen, while that is sexual assault, I do agree. I feel like there was things that you could have done better in that situation. So
I don't think that's wise.
I don't think it's wise for her, not for me. I can say
both of y'all. I think you can say whatever you want to say. I don't think that's why. Go ahead.
If you were addressing the sexual assault part, the nigga's wrong. He should not have did that.
Yeah, facts.
But in other standpoint, ways to move after that happens. This is what you should
privately. Do it privately.
I don't know.
Don't ask me publicly then if you don't want that.
That's what I'm saying. Don't put it out there.
I think in this situation, she didn't ask. I'm saying that somebody's offering that information or she don't know what to do. Do it even if she does ask publicly. It doesn't make you have to do it publicly. That's what I'm saying. I think this is my opinion. I feel like it's unwise to do it publicly because it justifies even underhandedly.
But if you ask me,
if somebody gets a DUI, right, and they kill somebody. And it's 3:00 in the morning. We never say, man, you shouldn't drive at 3:00 in the morning because you never know who a drunk driver come. No, you don't do that. It's the victim. That person's dead. They didn't do anything wrong.
See, I don't like this comparison and shit, bro.
Comparison. I don't think it's a wild comparison.
I do.
Sexual assault can turn into rape. It can turn into anything.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got like 3rd degree sexually assaulted.
Doesn't matter. You don't know how that person feels.
No, listen. I'm not saying sexual assault ain't sexual assault. It's one thing. It's one thing if it was like I'm gonna be realistic, bro. And maybe people not gonna like it. It's one thing. Now, if you were saying like say if she was like I was raped, you know what I'm saying, something to that nature. Baby girl, get the fuck off of Clubhouse with that shit. Point blank, period. Now, if it's something where it's gray line and she felt uncomfortable and she's on here talking about it, and like you said, she asked me personally, would I be on Clubhouse giving her answer? Maybe not, but
you don't think
I also think if you get what you asked for. Why would you ask for a nigga honest opinion on Clubhouse and then get mad when a nigga say it?
I don't think she's supposed to get mad. I'm not saying she's mad.
She's the first line of defense.
Stop. I don't like.
I'm not even saying mad. I'm just saying she shouldn't be saying that. She's the first line of defense. Protect your own self.
I just feel like we need to say that privately. I think it's imperative to say that privately.
If I ask you about the situation, it's your responsibility. That's your responsibility. You're opening up the panel for critique.
I just feel like if you're addressing the real issue first, which is the nigga's a creep, nigga wrong, you address that directly.
You know how you said Deshaun didn't do nothing wrong? Why we move smarter? I feel the opposite. Like she didn't do nothing wrong. She. You say naive because the world we live in. No, you dealing with something. No. I just feel like all that, it just makes a justification. Oh well, she gonna do that.
It's just like you're trying to give advice. Like next time, move like this. Like if you get that,
I'm gonna do that privately though. I'm gonna give that same advice. Everything you say, hey, don't wear that, and now expect to. Or if you meet, you gotta be with a friend. Don't meet up with some dude think you don't meet.
See, I ain't even going to all that.
I'm saying all that advice you do to avoid that situation, do privately. Because I feel, this is my opinion again, I'm making that strong. If you say that publicly, it underline justifies his actions.
Don't ask then. If you know that
some people don't know.
My whole thing is if you know that if you feel strongly that you were sexually assaulted and you feel like he disrespected you, don't get online and ask me what I think of the situation or what advice would I give you. Don't get online and ask me because then that's not my. You're asking me an open question for me to tell the truth, and I might not agree with you.
Yeah.
So now because I disagree with you, I should have said that privately.
No, it's not because you disagree. I'm saying in any situation when it deals with sexual assault and the victim, give that critique privately. Any situation.
If this victim is online openly talking about their own sexual assault, that's different.
Hey, baby girl, I'm going to DM you.
Oh, no, that's weird to me. Like, if you was sexually assaulted and then it's one thing if you was online and you're saying, listen, I'm a victim of this. That's one thing. But if you get online and you ask me what I think about it, you open up Pandora's box for me to say what I needed to say.
Yeah, I understand that. I just don't think if somebody asks you a question, you have to respond.
I don't have to protect you after you didn't ask me what I think about it. That's how I look at it. But yeah, that was a good question.
What's the scenario? All right, Victor. All right, Victor is married, right? To he's newlywed, right? To his wife. Give me a name. Rebecca, right? And he loves Rebecca. She fulfills his needs. She serves him up every day before he goes to work. He loves that. They're on good terms. Like, everything's for good, right? He got this morning before he goes to work. He had a little phone problem, right? So he tells his wife whatever, and then she does what she do, serve him up, have a good day. He gets there, right? So he gets to work and he's talking to his good friend John, and he's about to go use the company phone to call his wife. So he's like, hey, just check up on her or get a phone. But he said, hey, John, let me use your phone real quick. I'm gonna call my wife. He's like, all right, cool. So he puts the number in, and the contact comes up as Superhead. So he answers the phone, and he says, hello? And she says, hey, babe.
Well, he calls from his phone.
He's calling from his phone. He says, hello? And she says, hey, babe. Hi. And then, so Victor comes to y'all and says, what should I do in this situation?
Everybody getting cussed out.
How long has this done?
First of all, if your name is Superhead, so I know you experienced that top, right? So I'm dealing with this separately, then we might have to deal with this together. So
we married now, though. Why?
Yeah, but my whole thing is if I call you from his phone and you answer the phone, hey babe, y'all too comfortable. You got her in your phone as Superhead. First of all, you got her in the phone as Superhead. Now I feel like you openly like they homies.
Nah,
like
they're just coworkers.
Work friends.
They're just for this instance, they're just coworkers. I think I said they were cool. They're just coworkers.
Okay, so I'm not really mad at him because it's not really his responsibility to have to tell me that. Now, my whole question would be like, did you know that this nigga worked with me? But the real most concerning part is the minute I call from this nigga phone.
You're talking about some hey,
and his name is Superhead. Y'all put the pieces of the puzzle together.
So let's say
I'm calling Superhead and you pick up the phone. Hey, babe.
Let's say
why are you so comfortable?
Let's say this. Let's say this, right? Let's say this. He say that number for somebody else named Superhead. He don't know your wife.
Dummy, she suck my dick every morning.
Your wife say,
nigga, I know
your wife said, I knew your phone was messed up, so when I heard your voice, I said, hey, babe, you're not going for that?
Smart. Nope.
You don't think that's a coincidence?
Nope.
Hell no.
You gonna have to talk me off the ledge.
Usually, if I'm calling you, the person that's getting the call is the one that says hello.
No, you calling the phone.
First of all, even if you know that I'm calling,
I say hello first.
That's what Victor did. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Victor.
Kazadi, if I call, even if you know that I'm calling you from another number, right? You still not gonna answer the phone. What's up, my nigga? You gonna be like, hello? Just because you know it's a possibility that this ain't me
He
calling.
told her his phone was messed up before he went to work.
Listen,
before the
stop.
top.
Boy,
Don't
you try
listen.
to stretch this.
Yeah,
That's what.
that.
It's a scenario.
The scenario is
She used to serve him up every morning. Now you
How you know that's her?
you just need to figure out the details.
Just because I know the superhead.
it's her number.
The only thing
I've
that I'm
had
concerned
changed
about.
numbers before.
Hey, listen. The only
That's a
thing,
big ass coincidence.
Kazadi. The only thing I'm
So
concerned
you gonna
about.
ruin a happy home.
The only thing I'm concerned about in this situation, I'm not mad at him for having her name as Superhead because I don't know when that happened.
Yeah.
That shit could have happened
So the
a lot of years ago.
the fact that she said, "Hey,"
The fact that she said, "Hey, babe,"
"Hey," she think he talking to the coworker.
I need some clarification then.
All right. So if that's a bridge too far, what if she doesn't say, "Hey, babe"? What if she says hello and you say,
I mean, like, hey,
"Hey"?
do you know
How do
a
you
nigga
approach that
named?
situation?
Nah,
I mean, like,
had that conversation at home. I'm gonna finish out my work day.
I'm gonna call you from the
So
work.
what?
I'm about to call you from the work.
What if
phone.
you get the nigga phone back and then he looked to see?
I'm gonna ask you, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
And then he
Bro.
says,
I'll be honest with you, bro.
and he don't say nothing. He just give that look
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I'm gonna ask a nigga too. I'm gonna ask a coworker. But
immediately, bro.
I'm gonna just be like, hey,
Hey.
I don't mean you have to be disrespectful.
No, you be like,
I'm gonna be
hey,
like,
how
hey,
you-
bro. I'm gonna be like, hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? I see what you got. This person saved
Saved
as.
as.
That's my girlfriend's number. I'm not here to start
wife.
drama.
Your
This
wife.
My wife
my
number.
wife, whatever. I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all have something going on or whatever. It is what it is. I'm just trying to make sure because
It's
my
not
mind would be. I'm gonna be honest with you. My mind would be wondering because you got her saved as that. Have y'all been? Has this been recently or is this something that used to happen?
So
in the
let's
past?
say you give the coworker give John give Victor the phone, right? He dials, he dialed the number, it pops up with Superhead. He talked to the wife, he hang up. Is he wrong for like trying to check a text message thread real quick?
No, nigga, do what you got to do.
He ain't wrong. I wouldn't do it. But
Nah,
he
I
ain't
probably
wrong.
would. I ain't gonna lie.
If you
Listen,
wrong,
I'm
try
gonna
to
be
take it.
vulnerable. I'm about to be vulnerable, nigga. I'm definitely looking. Fuck that. I'm insecure as fuck when that's the situation. Nigga got my wife. Nigga got my wife in his phone as Superhead. You think I ain't checking the messages? The fuck, nigga, you better get the fuck out my face. I might check them in front of you, bitch. Fuck out of here. Nigga that called my wife Superhead. So you mean to tell me this ain't the first time? I thought you was slurping me up because I bring the bacon home.
Hey,
Apparently you just fuck niggas at the same job. Like that's what you do. You just like the freak that fucked with Trouble. Like you suck rapper dicks. This nigga was ex-rapper, Trouble a rapper. You like rappers. You a rapper. She was a rapper. So that's what I'm saying. Fuck that.
Next question.
Superhead.
I'm just
What Superhead was doing? She was married to Eddie from fucking
Family Matters.
from Family Matters and going to suck up Wayne. No, you got her.
And Lil
Superhead.
Bow Wow.
Come on, bro.
And nigga,
Fuck that.
Eddie mom asked him, "Why would you?" He said, "How you marry her?" He said, "Did you see that video?" He said he told his mama.
That's what he said. His mama for real.
No. See, the mama told him, "Did you see the video?" And
Oh.
he told his
Did
mama,
you see the
"Did you see That's why I married her." Yeah.
I ain't mad at him.
I said,
Oh my god.
"Okay, points for Babe." Mama,
Not
did
a
you
simp.
see the video?
Nah, but here's a sin because she said. That
I don't think
it
she would do
matter
that to
what time.
Eddie.
She said
I think she was doing that to another nigga she was married to.
She said it don't matter what time that nigga Wayne called. She was out.
She was
first
out
thing.
and came back, and he didn't say nothing. That's a different type of love.
I got a fax a cap, or is you done with that?
I know, you know me, bro.
Hey, I like this. I like the long episodes, bro. I got a fax a cap real quick.
Y'all niggas got me wrong.
Fax a cap. Tupac was a fake gangster snitch fraud.
Cap.
Go ahead. Explain why.
He a real ass nigga, bro. That's all that need to be said.
Why? You gotta give us more detail than that. We podding, baby. We ain't just.
I'm gonna say 2 out of 3 for sure. He batting 666 for sure.
You're saying-
I'm just throwing that out there. I ain't. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
shit.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 for sure. I'll let y'all pick the 2. I'll let you
Okay,
pick the
so
2.
I'm gonna say this. Tupac is
He was a gangbanger.
Tupac is a fake gangster
That's
to the
it.
masses. To the masses. I think I'm gonna give Tupac credit. I think in Tupac's head, he really thought he was that.
The nigga went out being a gangster. He stopped
But
a nigga
what is
out
the
and then what
difference
happened? He got
between?
killed.
What's the difference? Okay, if we just go off the element that Tupac started running with some niggas that were some gangbangers, And
Is 6ix9ine a gangbanger?
what's the difference really between him and 6ix9ine? Now I can say there's one difference. He was willing to prove himself. Well, no, Tekashi ran out there in the airport and tried to fight some niggas, right? What's the difference between him and Tekashi at that
Y'all
point?
niggas really comparing Tupac to Tekashi.
Hey, man.
I'm talking.
I don't think you get much closer.
Both of them. Listen, just listen to me.
Right.
I told you he was gonna get mad. I said it earlier. Let's be
One nigga was
honest.
for the cause. Other niggas was...
Tupac used to write poems. He went to art school. He's from the richest part of the Bay, right?
That's Jada.
Then Tupac. Matter of fact, Tekashi had it harder in life than Tupac.
Tupac didn't get to Cali
Tekashi come
until
from
he
the
was
slums.
on.
Tupac came from art school after art school. Tupac
was inspired, bro.
Tupac.
He's an actor.
I'm just being honest.
He's
bro.
an actor.
A
He
spade is a spade,
played
bro.
Juice and never got out that character.
I'm not even saying that. What I'm saying is Tupac. The same thing is
He made good music though.
he started running with a clique of some real ones. So far, him and Tekashi are equal. They started running with a clique of real ones, real bloods at that.
He got a little
Right.
Jesse Smollett in him too.
He got real aggressive. When he started running with
You
gangbangers.
say he the gay Tupac, bro.
Hey, did his persona change when he started running with gangbangers? Correct?
Hey, bro. 2 out of 3.
They got me at first it was they got me trapped in the system of seclusion, happiness and it's something like
Brenda,
seclusion. And then it was like, nigga, we MOB, man. It went from
I'm
that
on this Cali West Coast shit. Nigga,
Come on,
you were
bro.
from Baltimore.
You MC New York.
I was thinking, I growing up, I literally thought he was like,
He's the most disrespectful niggas I ever.
I thought he was born like at 4 years old. He went to Cali. That nigga was a whole grown ass man. He just
Bro,
got
I
to
just watched
Cali.
a documentary. See, and then you think when he went to the Bay, you think he went to Oakland. No, they say he went to school and he went to art school, and then they said he was hanging with nothing but the white boys in school, in the art school, and it was the richest part of the Bay
Bro,
where he was from.
he's an
and they
actor, bro.
said that he wanted to be
He's a good
he wanted
actor.
to be a rapper,
He
and so
just-
he started hanging out in Oakland.
He just became that character,
He's
bro.
really Tekashi, bro. I'm not
He's a
gonna lie.
character. Tekashi might be more real. No, I'm joking.
Now, is he a snitch? That's the next question. He kind of did do a little snitching because he started beefing on records with Jimmy Henchman and other niggas when that shit was in the street. That shit was in the street. You got shot. Then you start putting people on, like the police could have came on Biggie. Like you talking about y'all niggas know who did it. You put it out there in the media.
He wasn't moving like a street nigga.
Listen.
He was
We
moving,
be on your
he was
side.
moving like a boss. He was
saying-
moving like a suburban nigga. He
We
did
say
all I
Young-
did.
We say Young Thug. Listen, the only thing I give to
This nigga
Tupac.
Brandon fed up.
The only thing I give to Tupac is that I think that Tupac was really willing to be that. He was willing to do that. Now, according to Fat Joe, Tekashi came there and told him, listen, this is just all an act type shit. I'm not really doing this. This is an act. So that's where they defer. I think Tupac, especially coming from his lineage of being a Panther, I think he wanted to be a part of
You don't
something.
know what he wanted.
I think he had balls. I think Tupac had a heart. I don't think Tekashi has heart. I think Tupac has heart. But everything outside of that, niggas in Cali they don't respect him as a real gangbanger.
Don't he got a rape? Never mind.
Oh, he's Tekashi for real. Oh my God.
It's Tekashi.
This nigga got a sexual assault case like
This
Tekashi.
nigga just a Mexican.
This nigga really Tekashi.
Yo, that's episode 98.
Tekashi just a Mexican Tupac, bro.
This nigga.
I'm sorry. Don't look at me like that, bro.
Tupac is the Black Tekashi. That's the name of this episode. Doge Pac. That's the name of this episode. Doge Pac. Hey man,
Y'all got another one?
Tekashi the core.
you got another one, bro? You got something else, bro?
Alright,
Doge Pac.
we're gonna go out like this.
Oh my God, this nigga mad at me.
What's the
I
What's
fuck with Pac.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You can't.
you at a party?
Tupac there,
Right.
bitch.
This nigga wild. You at a party.
I hate y'all niggas,
You
bro.
pass the Pac room, and then you go into a room.
Past the what?
Never mind. You pass the room.
Say past the Pac room.
No.
And then you at a party. You vibe. You have a good time, right? you see a white man come in the room with a briefcase. He opens up the briefcase. There's 4 lines of coke on. And you got it lined up. There's money on the inside the briefcase. How much money need to be in that briefcase for you to do them 4 lines of coke?
$100K.
You a crackhead.
Yeah, the 100K sound good.
$100K for 4 lines? You goddamn.
I might Google how much like 4 lines like without like.
Y'all niggas is
You're not gonna go out of 4 lines.
Oh my God.
I'm about to get that 100K and still party.
Nigga, we really about to party, bro.
This nigga finna spend 100 grand on some more coke.
All right, listen, I ain't gonna keep doing coke. I'm gonna do the 4 lines. I'm gonna tell niggas.
So you doing 4 lines for 100K? That's the minimum. That's the question. What's the minimum amount of numbers you need you to do is 100?
Minimum is 100.
I might do a line for 50.
Seriously?
I might do a line for 50.
50,000 for a line?
That means if I walked up to you and I had 10,000 for a line, you gonna do it.
25 a line.
A nigga told me.
25 a line.
A nigga told me you gotta divide it by 10%. Whatever number niggas say, in reality, if you divide it by 10, that's what you will do.
25 a line, bro. 25.
But listen. Listen.
Yeah, we gotta be realistic, bro. If a nigga got $10,000 in his hand, I might do that line and go home.
Goddamn skating on that bitch.
Listen, I get they say cocaine.
Hey, yo,
pure,
pass me the $100
you just
bill.
gonna dip.
Where the $100
What I'm
bill
saying
at?
is that y'all not taking into account. I say you at a party and a random white man walk up with a suitcase and give you this.
No, I get
That part? I'm not talking about-
Okay, so you.
Who's offering money?
Bro, I think the way that you're saying it, of course we a little skeptical about like what it is, but we're saying that
Not Chris.
I guess because we're speaking hypothetical, we're thinking that we're talking like
Everything is
this is
everything?
legit. This is legit.
We know this the coke, man.
If a dude walked in that bitch with a suitcase and said,
I need to
give you $100K to do 4 lines of this white substance, I'm looking at David. I'm looking at Brandon. I'm sending my last text message. And I'm just like, y'all remember that nigga in the snow day? It's me. I'm that nigga.
I just thought that we was being like hypothetical, like of course it's clean coke, like just would you do cocaine for $100,000? That I didn't know he was getting into the detail. Yes, I'm gonna be skeptical of this white man just bringing me some coke. Yeah. Now if it's a way that I can find out how to test it or whatever, then I'm down. But if not,
So if it's legit, then you taking 400K. No, you said 10K for a line.
I'll do 10K for a line. Yeah,
10K for a
that's
line.
real coke. And I'm gonna have me a good time that night.
Nigga, I'm gonna have the best time of my life.
I go like this. That's 10K?
Come on, bro.
Nigga, snort for 10?
The blood will come right back there.
Looking like stranger things.
Nigga, gonna see me walking around with tissue in my nose.
Right.
All right.
Nose bleeding.
Let
motherfucker.
me find out. Y'all do something strange for people to change.
I'm hitting that coke and I'm going to Dose Park room.
I don't see
All right, we ended on that note. What you
He got
gonna
the
do that?
bitches. He got the bitches in there. Hopefully they ain't underage.
Episode 98.
Hopefully they ain't underage.
We are in that motherfucker, Chris.
Hopefully they ain't
Stop that
underage.
shit. Turn this off.
Okay, my bad. I probably better. I'm going to Takashi room.
This
Huh?
nigga says 6. We go to 2.
I need to go to Dose. I need to go
We
to
out.
Takashi room.
No, end it.
He said that's my bread.
That's why Brenda had a baby.
Because he was out there fucking that
We
young
out, man.
bitch.
Keep turn that shit off, bro. Well, we get canceled this
That
bitch.
nigga was out there fucking out. This is all sound going on. This nigga was fucking that young girl. Then he made a song about her. Hey, Tupac was low key a child molester, a menace. Jesus Christ.
All right, we're done. I'm going.
RP
Am I clocked out? Have I did my hours?
He was-
I'm
Smoking
gone.
Shakur tonight.
He was